Hey guys, Zach here, coming at you with another video. So obviously you guys can see I got quite a few little things here next to me. Today's video is actually going to be a really fun one for me. So, ow, ow, that just fell off the shelf. Ow, that got me right in the eye. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'll deal with that later, but professionalism! So anyways, back before my channel mostly became about this guy in green, I did a lot of gaming content in terms of retro game collecting. Still to this day, I am a game collector. I obviously collect games. I have 2 shelves worth of it, plus that top area. I collect games. I have a lot of them. So, obviously, you know, people are like, oh, you must have spent so much money. Well, yes, but a lot of my finds were also from flea markets. You see, most people have luck with like thrift stores and garage sales. I never personally had much luck with those. All of my luck with game collecting has mostly come from flea markets and other circumstantial kind of things. And I've done videos before reflecting on old game pickups and everything, but those were a while ago, like maybe 2 years ago or so. So I kind of want to go back and look at some of my old finds. Now, you know, some of them are a little incomplete because obviously, as game collectors do, I've traded off some things, I've sold some things. So, I'm going to try and explain a lot of these deals as best as I can, you know, while some of them, you know, I don't have all the original things for. So, yeah, without any further ado, guys, let's get started.
ZakPak, he's always there for you. ZakPak, only on YouTube. ZakPak, what will he do next? ZakPak, let's find out, 'cause it's on with the show.
So I think I'll start off with this bad boy here. It's my Wavebird controller. Now, I have the receiver actually in my GameCube right here. Right here. Now, let me tell you the funny story with this Wavebird story. So, if I'm remembering correctly, it was a while ago. Like this, I'm going back quite a few years. I got my Wavebird at a flea market, but the problem was it didn't come with the receiver. I only saw the Wavebird. And back then, the Wavebird was still pretty valuable. Like, I'm presuming it still is today. I'm not sure. But, you know, I picked it up. I'm like, I want this Wavebird. It's in decent. Like, as you can tell, it's in decent condition. You know, there's no real issues with it. So I was like, I want this. Like, I want to get it. But there's no receiver, obviously. So I went up to the guy, and actually, or was it the other way around? Did I get the receiver and then the controller? I'm actually having a real moment here. I forget which one it was. It was so long ago. I remember I got one at a flea market and then one from Scorpion Slayer 66. I might have to ask him because, like, I legitimately don't remember now. Like, I thought I got the controller at the flea market because that's the easier one to find, but then something's telling me it was actually the receiver I got, and I got the controller from him. I might have to ask him on this one. I legitimately don't remember. Well, I'm probably going to ask him, because now I'm really feeling stupid for forgetting, because I thought I had this all figured out, but I actually don't. So I'm going to send him a message, and if I hear back from him, if he tells me what the actual scenario was, I'll probably cut something in right about here. If there wasn't a cutaway, then we didn't really figure out much. So I think I got the controller at the flea market, and the receiver I got from him. But either way, for whichever item it was, I think I paid $5. And then I think I traded something to Jared or gave him a little bit of money. I don't know, but I definitely didn't pay full retail for this Wavebird. And I'm so happy because I love the Wavebird. I just didn't want to spend like $40 to $50 on it. How much it was worth at the time, or however much it's worth now. I don't know. All right, so here I only have half the deal. This is a copy of GoldenEye Rogue Agent for the Xbox. Now this isn't worth much. This was just the game that I wanted that I saw at the flea market. But the item that I got alongside of this, which I had since traded off, was a red 3DS system with Mario Kart 7. I don't believe there's a charger, but, you know, for 3DS, you know, this was, again, years ago, so it was when the 3DS was still going, still popular, you know, back in like 2014 maybe, you know, so the 3DS was still going along quite well, you know, and it had a copy of Mario Kart 7 in it. It was pretty decent. And if I'm remembering correctly, I had to pay $15 or $20 for both of these. So for a red 3DS, with a game and this for like $15 or $20, whichever one it was, that's pretty good. That's pretty satisfactory. So those first two items I picked up at this flea market that's in New York City. I'm not going to tell you where it is because in case I go back, I want to be able to still find things, even though it hasn't been great recently. But I also picked this up. Now this is, I think, one of my first finds from that flea market all those years ago. I think this is one of the first ones. This, everyone, is the SpongeBob SquarePants GameCube controller. Now I saw this and I instantly knew I had to have it. The controller's in decent condition, honestly. The teeth on the face are a bit yellowed, but the nose is still there, which is decently rare for these controllers. And I believe I ended up paying $3 for this controller. $3. And I believe that same day, or around the same time, I actually picked up, I don't have it anymore, very unfortunately. I traded it away, again, very unfortunately. A Pokemon Game Boy Advance. Not an SP, not the Pikachu Game Boy Advance SP. It was a Pokemon Center Gold Game Boy Advance. I traded that off like an idiot. I don't know why I didn't keep it. But yeah, it was, that I think, I don't remember how much I paid for that. I might still have a video up of when I bought that, but I don't remember how much I paid for that. But I do know this I paid $3 for. So, pretty good deal if you ask me. I guess keeping the theme of controllers alive, I also picked up these two controllers. Now, they look like regular Indigo controllers, but they're actually the Indigo with clear back controllers. Now, this controller is in decent shape, a little bit of miscoloring, but other than that, pretty good. This one, however, has seen better days. I might try to get the joystick replaced, or both joysticks, I should say. I don't know if you can tell, but the C-stick is basically destroyed. The plastic, or the rubber casing is off of the thumbstick there. So, yeah, so this controller is definitely seen better days, but this one is pretty good. I honestly don't remember how much I paid for this, to be completely honest. And if it was me, when I was like, 14, 15, and I usually had my allowance of $20, a week for doing house chores and all that, I think I probably paid $5 each, maybe. I honestly don't remember. I actually think I might have gotten this one in a trade and then this one in the flea market. I seriously do not remember. But I know at least one of these I got at the flea market. It probably was the worst condition one, but all I know is I did not pay much for these at all. And I don't know how much they're going for nowadays, but at least back then, these were decently sought after controllers. But yeah, I definitely want to get the sticks replaced on this one, and cleaning this one up a little bit, but, these are two solid GameCube controllers here. Now, this controller, the Spice Orange GameCube controller, actually wasn't in a flea market. This wasn't a flea market find. This is actually a game store find. Now, there's this game store that was open by me, and it was only open for a short period of time, but they were ridiculously low prices, I think, actually, I think I still have it. Yeah, they didn't have the case or anything for it, so I made a custom one. But my Game Boy player, I have it on my GameCube. I got a Game Boy player. I wanted, I don't remember how much it was. All I know is it wasn't, it came with the disc, and it was not expensive at all. I want to say it's between 10 to 20 bucks. And this GameCube controller, I think, was also like 10 to 20 bucks. And it's the Spice Orange one, which is a little more sought after, rather than the typical black Indigo or, silver Nintendo GameCube controllers. So, yeah, I definitely love this controller. I love the color. It looks great. I think I'm a little bit blurry, so I'm going to try and focus the camera a little bit. Can I focus on me, please? Maybe focus? Please? Focus! Yes, there we go. There we go. I think it's better now. But anyways, yeah, Spice Orange GameCube controller. I love this controller. Very happy to have it in my collection. Next up is this copy of Donkey Kong Country here. Actually, I think I might also be able to pull out, where is it? My copy of, here it is, Wind Waker. Now, these games I've gotten from the same flea market, not the same flea market as those pickups that I got, the game controllers and the 3DS. I think it's not the same flea market. There's a different flea market that was actually local to my house at the time, my apartment, and I got 3 games there. These were 2 of them. The third one was Kirby's Air Ride. I was about to say Link's Awakening. Don't know why I was about to say that. Kirby Air Ride for the GameCube. Now, the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker came complete. I remember the Air Ride did not come complete. And obviously there's a cart only for Donkey Kong Country. And I remember for certain that I paid $10 for Wind Waker and Air Ride. Not $10 each, $10 for the both of them, so $5 each. I want to say it was also $5 for Donkey Kong Country, because this was at a different time. This is just at the same flea market. But I want to say it was $5 for Donkey Kong Country as well. And I believe it was pretty dirty when I got it, but I cleaned it up and it ended up being like a really nice condition copy. So yeah, $5 basically. I think this was $5. So $5 for each of these games. I think that's pretty solid. So this next one was actually an eBay find. This is actually recent. Like this was like last year or 2 years ago or something like that. And that's this bad boy, Game Boy Advance SP. That is the NES edition. I wish I could say I remember how much I paid for this. But I do remember. I think like I got it with like a bundle of games, and I already had the games. So I think the grand total, because once I sold off those games and I had this still with the charger, I think I ended up paying $40 for this. Which, you know, for the NES edition, and it's in pretty decent condition. You know, for the NES edition, I think that's pretty good, pretty solid. Now, I don't really play this much, but it's, you know, and even the back is decent condition. There's like one main scratch, but like, you know, it's in decent condition, and it's the NES model, which is pretty sought after. I think the only mainly sought after one I still need is the Pikachu one, which I had when I was a kid. I really, really want to find that one, but it's pretty expensive, so either way, this one I was very glad to get. I think, like I said, last year or 2 years ago, something like that. So, yeah. Alright, so I've saved, I think, the best to find for last. Let me start off with this one here. These 3 GameCube games. I think this is one of my most treasured finds because this is where I got my most valuable GameCube game, being Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Now, I also got Tales of Symphonia. It isn't this copy, though. This is just, like, the newer copy I have. The copy I got was really, really beat up. I mean, the discs were fine. It was the artwork. The artwork was, like, water damaged. It was, like, torn up. But I'm showing this to show that this is another game I got. And Pokemon XD Gale Darkness. And it was actually this copy of Pokemon XD Gale Darkness. I haven't upgraded since then. But I got all 3 of these games for $15. Now, for any of these games alone, that's really, really good. But all 3 together, $15, like, Fire Emblem is a $150 game, I think somewhere around there. So getting it for $5 at a flea market, and not to mention, it's complete and in really nice shape. Like, there was no haggling I could have done to make it any more worth it. Like, I wasn't going to even bother haggling. For these games, you know, for $15, steal. Easily a steal. But there's one deal, or not even a deal, one thing that happened that might be able to compete with that. And that's this next lot I'm going to show you. Now, I tried my best to remember everything I got in this little lot here. And there are some stuff that I did get in it that I did sell. I think I sold Old School NYC Gamer. I got a pink DS Lite in the box. Like, I had the box and everything. And actually, there is another game. Actually, you still might have it, or I might have sold it. I think I sold it. It was the DS Animal Crossing. Was it Wild World? Was that the name of it? And all of these games, and I'll tell you what I paid for them at the end. So it was Monopoly Party, Mary-Kate and Ashley Sweet 16, License to Drive, Smash Brothers Melee, Beach Spikers Volleyball, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Bubble Pop, and Animal Crossing. I believe every single game here was complete in box, every single one. With maybe the exception of Beach Spikers, it doesn't feel complete. Okay, this one's not complete, but I think everything else was complete. With Animal Crossing, though, it didn't have the memory card. It just had the case and manual, no memory card. So, I want to give you guys a couple seconds to guess how much I paid for this. This lot of games here, like I said, plus the inbox DS Lite, plus Animal Crossing Wildwood for DS. I'll give you guys a couple seconds. The answer is $0. I didn't pay anything for this lot. And it wasn't like, you know, one of those things where it's like a friend gave me these, or I helped someone out and they gave me a bundle of games. It wasn't anything like that. Basically, I was, it's a really funny story. It was one night, it was a night like any other. I'm out of focus again, please. It's a night like any other. You know, I was sitting in my room. You know, it was back when I lived in an apartment in New York City. And my dad was like, "Hey, Zach, can you go out and get some milk, please?" That was literally how this started. "Can you go out and get some milk?" And I was like, all right, you know, I think at first I didn't want to. I was like, "I don't want to. I'm so comfortable." You know, it's in the evening, so I was like, I'm kind of in bed. And, you know, he was like, "Just go, you know, aren't you going to need it?" Because I like to drink milk. So I was like, "Ah, fine." So I went out, And as I was going down the street, it was garbage day. So, like, it was the day before, the garbage trucks came and picked up the garbage from the side of the street. And I saw a garbage bag on the ground. Now, usually I don't pay any mind. But I saw this kind of peeking out of the garbage bag. And I was like, no way. So I got down on the ground, I took it out, and I opened it, and sure enough, it was complete in a really nice shape. There's still some, like, a little bit of, like, grime on it, but, like, it was, I was like, holy cow, like, a complete box Mario Sunshine. So when I opened the bag, all of these games were in there. I don't know if it was this exact copy of Smash Bros. Melee, because I owned multiple at the time, but it was a complete in-box Smash Bros. Melee, like I said, the Animal Crossing, the DS Lite, the Animal Crossing DS game, and, there's a couple, I think there's, like, a movie in there as well. So, just all this stuff just in this garbage bag at the side of the road, and I hadn't gotten the milk yet, and I was like, I'm not going to leave this here and wait to come back to pick it up. I'm going to run this back to the apartment now and then go back for the milk. And I did that, and, my dad looked at me kind of weird, like, are you bringing back trash? But I showed him what was in the trash, and he was like, holy cow. But yeah, I paid absolutely nothing. Someone was throwing this stuff out. And like I said, the Animal Crossing, the Smash Brothers, and the Mario. And at the time, I didn't have Mario Sunshine or Animal Crossing. Actually, I had Smash Brothers, but not Animal Crossing or Sunshine. And since I was going for a complete GameCube set, these other 4 here, even though they're all kind of filler titles, I didn't have any of them. So they went to my collection really, really nicely. So I think that's really it. That's it. I mean, obviously, I've gotten a lot more good finds. Than that, I've been game hunting for so long. These are just the ones that I still kind of have, the ones that, I can look at and say, and have the stories behind these games. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this little video. I know you guys are mostly here for, like, modern Nintendo content, but, keep in mind that my channel started out and grew at first as a retro gaming channel. And, ever since I started retro game collecting, that's, like I said, that's where I got my start. And to this day, I still completely cherish retro gaming. I still love it from the bottom of my heart. I love all the friends I've made, the conventions I've went to, just everything. So I really want to make a return to that kind of format as well. Not completely. Like, I'm still going to have my modern Nintendo talking, my Luigi's Mansion videos. I'm still going to have all that, but I really want to have some videos where I talk about retro gaming, because that's my passion. I've been collecting for all these years, and I really want to kind of go back a little bit to that. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I need to be in focus, please. Thank you. Let me know down in the comments down below. Do you guys have any of these games? Do you guys have any cool collecting stories? Let me know down in the comments down below. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video.